Hello, today I'm going to show you the 2019 version of paid Canva and what you would get if you sign up for that versus what you get with free Canva. So I have made a video about this before, but it's a little bit older, and I thought, wow, there's been heaps of updates lately and it'd be worth talking to you guys about it. Also, there's some things I do in my videos that I don't realize that they're a Canva for Work feature. And so then when I give you guys a tutorial, you're like, hey, I can't do that. And then I realize, oh, that's a paid feature. And I'm just so used to it now because I've been using paid for quite a while. So I just forget that, I forget how awesome it is. But, if you are a solopreneur, and you're just using Canva for your own business, it may not make sense for you to use it. I manage a lot of other people's marketing for them. That's what I do. I'm a marketing consultant, and so it makes lots of sense for me. It saves me loads of time, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite features that make it a no-brainer for me, just so you can have a look around at what they are and measure up whether they're really worth it or not. A great way to figure it out for yourself is to actually go and sign up for the trial of the upgrade version, the paid version, and just see, if after a month you really can't live without it, then maybe it's worth paying for. I'm going to share the screen now. Maybe this one. I think this is my account. I've signed into my account and to one of my clients who has the free version into her account as well, just so we can see the difference. So the number one thing that works for me that I always think of whenever I think about paid Canva is what they call the brand kit. Now, if you click brand kit, I see I'm in the wrong team. Let's get into my team. That's another thing. When you have the paid version, you can have team members. I personally don't really like team members, but that's for you to decide for yourself. Now, when you've got the paid version, you can have brand colors in. And so how that affects the usability is that when you're in a design, so we go into this design and we edit it, I can easily turn any of the free Canva templates into a branded template for myself because my branding is there and I don't have to click between. I mean, I do have this tool called Color Picker, so I can go and I can find out what any color is on the net, and then I can just use that in a design. So I might go, oh, I love that blue, I want to copy that, and then I'm going to use that as the background color here. So that's one way that you can kind of get around this feature. But personally, I just love it. If I find a template I really like this one, and I'm like, oh, but I want to make it branded, and I click the change the color option, I have my own brand colors, and I have the brand colors of all my clients as well. So I can very easily brand this for this particular client using her brand colors there. So that's one of the number one things I love. The other things that go on inside of the brand kits, let's go back to that, is that you can upload custom fonts. So if you have a brand font that is not in Canva, you can upload it, and I have in the past used them. I mean, now I actually recommend that you choose your fonts that are Google fonts for your branding, simply because it's so much easier to build your website and build all your social media graphics if you're just using a fairly standard font. And there are some really cool standard fonts, so you can kind of get around having your brand feel generic. The other thing you can upload is all your logos. So I have a lot of logos in here, and it makes it really easy for me. I have a folder called logos, and they're all just tucked in there. So there's the brand kit. I really love that about the paid version. The other thing that I'm loving lately, that was one of the more recent updates, is that they have a whole section now called photos. And if I search for something like well-being, there are a lot of photos, and because I have the paid version, anything with a crown is a premium image, but I get it for free. So if we look in the free version, I'm going to switch over now. Switch over. Is this the one? No, this one. If I want to use an image, I will get some for free, which is great. I'm not saying that it's bad, but anything with a crown on it, I'm going to have to pay for. and it'll come up with a watermark, and it'll probably cost $1, which is no big deal. And before I had the paid version, I did just pay for a lot of premium elements. But it's up to you. Like I said, you really have to figure out what works for you. I mean, they have all these really nice new hand-drawn style elements in here, which I'm loving. And some of them, you know, you really like them, but they're a pro one, and it might just limit your design. So I really like just having the paid version, but that's up to you whether that actually makes sense to you. So you get premium images, and you get also the premium, what do they call them? Stickers. They've got stickers. And that reminds me, you can do animations with the paid version. So when you go to download, oh no, not that button. One of these options here is called animation, and that's a pro option, and it will animate your still, which is really cool for like a Facebook header or anything really, in an email, and you just want to turn it into a little GIF. It's really cool. I love it. Number 3, I would say, is the ability to export something with a transparent background. So I'm going to find a design that really helps accentuate that. I mean, mostly I use it when I'm creating logos for people. If we just make a new page at the bottom here, and we get rid of all that background. You know, I might want to put this flourish here with some words over it. And let's just make a quick logo. Say I want this to be my logo, and I'm just going to have the flourish with my name on top. I would probably like to have that so that I can export it without all the white stuff in the background. But to do that, I need the paid version. And this is one of the places where my tutorials, I've been caught out, because I just figured that this was something cool that anybody could do, and I didn't realize that it was a paid feature. So when you go to download, you can choose PNG, which is a file type, and then you can choose to have a transparent background. And I can see now in hindsight that it says pro options, but I just didn't know that. And so that means that this would export and all that white space would be gone, so that I could put my logo on top of a picture. And in fact, I should just show you why that matters, because I think a lot of my clients don't really understand how impactful it is when you can just plop a logo on top of a picture. It looks really great. So I'm going to show you that now by just uploading that design back in and putting it on top. Let's have a look. And, you know, for your website, it's really handy to have a logo that's on a transparent background so that it doesn't really blob over the top of your navigation. I don't know how to explain it other than the word blob. Like, to just have this big white space. You can see here it's come in without the white background. And then I could bring that over and, oh, it's not going to let me. You know why? Because that's an image. Let's try something different. If I had just a plain background here, and then I bring in that design, I can put my logo on there, and I can still have a lot of other stuff without a lot of other elements on this design without it having to have a big white blob in the background. That's my logo is all, you know, that big sort of white space. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that. There are times when you need to have it. See, this design is not exported without the white space. So this design actually exists. It's been trimmed. And so normally we could pop her here and she wouldn't have all this white space, which I think looks much better. But that is just a personal design choice. You can see I can put my logo on top there without it interfering with the photo. I think that's enough about the transparent background. Another thing that I find it very hard to live without, and that I use a lot for my clients, is Magic Resize. So say we've got this design and I want to turn it into social media posts, because this is a YouTube thumbnail and maybe I want to promote this YouTube video over on my Facebook channel. I can just click resize and I can turn it into either custom dimensions, which I love, or I can turn it into a Facebook post, when I click copy and resize, it opens the whole design in a new tab, and it's all been resized. And now sometimes this is a bit janky and it does need to be shifted around. And all I mean by janky is, you know, in this context for my design eye, that is a bit small. These are probably a bit small, and I would probably make it all a bit bigger, but the main elements are there and I don't have to reinvent it. I don't have to kind of come in here, search for the sticky tape, search for the Polaroids. It's all just boom, 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 ready to go. So I am hung up on Magic Resize, and I actually find it quite hard to function when I'm working with someone on a design project and they've got free Canva. I'm like, just send me the design and I'll resize it, because it's so quick and so easy to use. I love, love, love it. And the final thing that I really love about the paid version is they have heaps of new fonts. So when you are working on some text, when you click and you want to change the font, there's a lot of cool fonts that you get for free. But look, everything with a crown now is an upgrade, a paid version font, and I am in love with the new fonts. Like there's one here, I think it starts with B and I can never remember what it's called, but I'm like obsessed with it. And just look how many that, like we're still in the A's. There's just so many fonts now. I mean, just look at them, and there's some really fun ones. So even though I just said earlier, Barrio, I'm obsessed with this font. Just love this thing. Even though I said I think it's better to have a just simple Google font for your website, I just love a good sexy font. So yeah, you get loads of more funky fonts now. I think that's the main reasons that I love Canva for Work. And like I said, it's really up to you. I would suggest that you simply sign up for the upgrade version. I think you get 30 days for free. And if you accidentally got billed, hopefully, if you're in business, $15 isn't going to break the bank if it accidentally ticks over. But really, the proof's in the pudding. Have a try, see if you like it, and comment below and let me know if you think Canva for Work is worth it. If you like this video, you could give it a thumbs up if you want. You can click the button. And if you want to see more videos from me with helpful tips like this, then if you subscribe for the channel, you'll get my videos in your YouTube feed. So whenever I post a new video, there's a bit more chance that you'll see it. If you want to hear from me again, you can even turn on notifications if you want to be like super in the loop about any new videos that I create. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.